Hey, welcome back to Club Junkie's What's in the Bag for my league night, which is over, and this would technically be week 24, but it is not week 24. It's not league night. The funny thing is, I really haven't played on Thursdays, even though I try to usually most years play Thursdays long after the season is done. Have not been able to do that because of travel and other things. Just hasn't happened. So these What's in the Bags have been more for media trips and just weekends playing golf. So been a little different, but I'm going to keep doing them because I'm going to try to keep playing golf until basically the weather tells me I can't. So we'll just keep rocking it. But last week, I had my Titleist set because I went out to Titleist. I was at Manchester Lane out in Massachusetts. And yeah, it was pouring rain. So I basically played Bethpage Black in the simulator with some other people because I've been to Manchester Lane twice, and I have yet to hit a ball on grass there because both times I've gone, went one last year, went now, both times it's poured rain. So never hit a ball at what is one of the most amazing golf facilities in the world. Never hit a golf ball there, which is a bummer. So we played indoors though, and I do have to say, hitting all that stuff there, GT2 driver is still really, really solid. The GT2 fairway that I've hit a bunch is really good. I mean, I brought some pieces that I hadn't really hit a ton of lately, and I'm getting a little bit better with the T250 irons. There was still some shots that I hit that distance-wise just kind of didn't have it dialed in, thought it was going to go, a little bit shorter than it did, and then had some shots where they did go shorter and all that. So still trying to figure those out, dial them in just perfectly. But, overall, it was a really, really good trip. So hit the ball well, hit the ball well in the simulator, didn't really get to putt a whole lot, but it was a good trip and had a whole lot of fun. So this one here, a little bit inspired. I don't know. I'm going to try to play this weekend. I don't know what day or anything. I don't have a tee time set. I kind of got to work around a few family things that we have going on, but I'm going to try to get out and play. And this bag is kind of inspired. I just did a podcast that over on the Golf WRX radio side was kind of my most underrated clubs of 2025. And a lot of these things are inspired by that list. Now, not everything is on that list. I didn't break out everything, but a lot of these things are. So starting with driver, we're going to go, I think, one of the most underrated. Now, this isn't the most underrated. I didn't put it on my list, but it's very close. It's the sibling. We're going to start with driver, as we always do, and it is the Wilson Dynapwr Carbon. I think these drivers are super underrated. The Carbon one, this one here, the standard, I think I picked the LS. Spoiler, I think I picked the LS for the most underrated. But this one here, I mean, just an awesome blend of good looks, good speed, good forgiveness, just does it all. So tons of adjustability, 2 movable weights. This one here is a 10.5 degree head. I actually set it down 0.5 because to my eye, this thing looks just a hair shut at the standard. So I set it down 0.5 degrees, and it definitely makes it set pretty much dead square after that. So as a guy who tends to draw / hook the ball, I like looking at stuff that's a little bit more square. And that just does it. So I kind of like that they have just like that 0.5 down. It's kind of nice. But keeping the heavyweight back, lightweight forward, so that way we've got a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit higher launch as well. But overall, this thing is just a really solid driver that just plays really well. It's good on misses. It's long when you hit it straight, but it's one of those drivers that not enough people have tried, but it's really, really good. So we're going to go that one there. And then the shaft on this one is going to be the LA Golf DJ Series. So this is the DJ Series Mid. So this is the Mid 65 in X. I like this shaft a lot. I honestly love the fact the handle on this thing is crazy stiff, and then it gets a little softer in the mid-launch shaft, fairly low spin, but really tight, good feel to it. And I think they did a really, really nice job on this shaft. So I don't know if this is the exact one that DJ plays, but it's his series. And yeah, 65 grams, really, really good shaft. I like the smooth feel of it. And I've hit it in a few different heads, and it's performed really well. It's really straight, really consistent, and I like everything about it. And of course, having kind of a quick, crappy tempo, that stiffer handle section tends to give me a little bit more control. So a good setup there in the driver spot. And then for 3-wood, this is, again, one of those ones that was crossing my mind as I was making my my most underrated list. And while the brand isn't very underrated, everybody knows them, it is TaylorMade, but this is the Qi35 Tour. So everybody seems to be, everybody loved Qi10, and then Qi35 now, I think the fairway, the core model, the standard model, is really kind of taken off. People are really loving it. We're seeing it in tour players' bags. A lot of, average Joes, us amateurs are playing it. But the Tour one is actually really, really good. And I think the big thing about this one, I know some of the titanium models before from TaylorMade have been extremely fast, great ball speed, all that, but they've been really low spin. And for some players, that just doesn't work. You can't hit it off the deck well. But this one here I feel like is a little bit more playable. It's not quite as hardcore low spin, especially like mine. You have the big heavy weight in the back set all the way back, so you had a little bit more launch out of it, adds a little bit of spin. But I love the fact that it's got that adjustability, adjustable hosel. Face is super fast. Whether you hit it dead center, you miss it a little bit, the ball just jumps off the face. I love the compact look of it when you set it down. A little bit smaller, a little bit more traditional look from it when compared to the standard model, which has that kind of a little bit more rounded max look. Face is also just a touch shorter heel to toe, while also still being like a little bit deeper. So just a great thing to hit off the, you can hit off the deck, you hit off the tee. It just does it all really well, and it's super fast. So I've been a big fan of this head. I haven't played it as much either this year. It's kind of been underrated for me in a way, but I really like this head, and I've hit some good shots with it. And then shaft-wise on this one is basically going to be the Mitsubishi Qi35 Dark Wave Blue. And this is just a fairway, the 75 stiff fairway shaft. So this is the one that just comes stock in it. I had a Ventus Red that I was kind of swapping between this head and the standard head. It's in the standard head right now, and I just didn't grab it to swap it out, so we're going to play it as just standard. I've hit the shaft before in both heads. It's actually pretty good for a stock shaft. It's got kind of a linear stiffness profile, mid-launch, mid-spin, but it's a great fairway wood shaft. Helps keep the ball up in the air a little bit. Has good control. It's pretty darn accurate, and the feel on it is pretty smooth. So a solid option there, and something that works well in a fairway wood. So we're going to go that for the 3-wood. Oh, and the hosel on this one just at standard. Nothing crazy. Again, just pulled it off the rack, threw it in the bag here, and it's just set to standard also. So nothing crazy. And then for kind of the 7-wood spot, I'm kind of running a few different things. I've been playing, kind of my gamer was the Qi35 Tour in the 7-wood. That's what I've been playing pretty much all year, but I've had a bunch of other 7-woods that we've kind of gone in and out with. And I just got a couple things to kind of challenge it. And one of them is, it just showed up, which is the brand new Apex UW, but the 21 degree. So originally I got a 19 degree. When I got the media samples, I hit that really good in the 19. It just doesn't fit a spot in my bag. So I reached out to the folks at Callaway, who were very kind and sent me the 21 degree. So we're going to try this in the 7-wood spot. Same, loft there. I am worried it's going to be a hair long because the face on this seems to be super hot. The ball just goes. But we're going to see how it goes. I think this could be a great kind of 7-wood replacement, but it's a really good look. I love the, how you set it down. I know a lot of people lately have been complaining about the line on this one compared to the old one, but it doesn't bother me at all. When you set it down, still looks good. I like the shape. I think they kind of nailed it. That, kind of a bigger hybrid, smaller fairway type look. It's that good blend, but this thing's hot. There's pretty much no left to it. It's pretty neutral, and it just goes like crazy. So we'll see how this thing goes in the 7-wood spot. I'm excited to try it and hit this one. So, and then this is just shafted up, same thing, just the stock Mitsubishi Tensei AV, just AV 75 stiff. Nothing too fancy here. The AV series typically had this like aluminum vapor in the handle section that kind of stiffened it up a little bit. But again, mid-launch, mid-spin. If this kind of works out a little bit better, we may put a different shaft in this thing. We'll see. I've got a few different shafts that'll fit in this. This nice thing is this thing uses wood shafts. So this is just like a 335 wood shaft in here. So I've got a couple options I can put in if it works out, and we're going to see how it works. So I'm pretty excited to try this one. I like the look from address. I think it looks really good. You don't see too much loft on it or anything like that. It's really, really solid. So the brand new Apex UW in 21 degrees is going to go in the 7-wood spot. And then for 4-iron, this is going to be what I considered the most underrated hybrid of the year, which is the Cobra King Tech X, but the 1 length. So yes, I love the fact that you can get the whole thing into the camera frame, and I'm like not even 3 feet away. But yes, this is basically 7-iron length with a hybrid that's 21 degrees, future fit 33 hosel. It looks weird because it's like crazy upright when you look at it for a hybrid. Like it's like vertical. But it's just a really awesome hybrid. And I took this out a little bit last year, and at the top end of the bag, it feels really weird when you're standing at a shot that's like 195 yards, and you're holding something that your posture is like a 7-iron, but it works really well. And it goes high, it goes far, it plays like a 4-iron or 4 hybrid, which is pretty wild because it's super short. And yeah, I've just got it said, this is a 21 degree head, the 4H, with the future fit hosel. I just have it at A1. I haven't set it flat, anything like that. Didn't change it. It's worked out pretty much for the little bit I've played it so far, but I want to mess with it some more. I think this is just a really good hybrid head. Love the matte finish, just a little bit of carbon showing through. Really, really solid. So I've hit it a little bit there, and it's worked out. And we're going to take it out again, see if it has some magic still. But it could be an interesting spot in that 4-iron area, because you think about it, you've got a really tight par 4, short par 4, but you got to hit the fairway. you know, to be able to step up with a basically a 7-iron that goes 200 yards, or a long par 3 that just has, you know, maybe a little bit of water or something like that around it. Be able to hit this instead and just be super confident in it. So it'll be interesting. We'll go take this thing out again. And this, honestly, one of these days, if it keeps working, I'll probably reshaft it. But right now, it's just got the KBS TGI iron shaft and a 75 reg. Yes, this is just the stock shaft that came in it, but I've hit it before, worked really well, and you know, I didn't have too much left or too much, you know, high flight, whatever. It just worked out. So we're gonna leave it as it is. And again, it's one of those, if it does work out really well, maybe we'll put a different shaft in there and try it some more. But a really cool piece that works better than you think at that spot. So then moving to irons, and irons 5 through pitching wedge. I kind of forgot that I had these, but I just haven't hit them because I've liked them too much and I think they're beautiful. But we're going to go hit them. We need to go hit them. So these are the Bettinardi CB24s in this PVD oil can, which is a pretty crazy. It's got this like rainbow oil can look to it. These things are beautiful. I did these. I built these for a kind of my wild build series where I just kind of build some crazy stuff. And these were pretty darn crazy. So BB&F ferrules, they're all different. Every ferrule in the set is different. So this one's green and black with a little bit of like gold in it. There's some on there that are like kind of a cream color. There's just a bunch. So kind of a different build. But these CBs are pretty nice. They're soft. They're fairly compact. They've got, you know, pretty deep cavity in there. So they've got a little bit of forgiveness to them. But they're not crazy. I mean, they're players' irons. They're meant to be small. Yeah, I wish they had just a hair less offset in them, would be my only gripe to them, but I think they're beautiful, beautiful irons. They feel great. They're soft, all that. They make an MB version as well. I've never hit this one, but I've hit the chrome ones before, and they are really, really good. So playing 5 through pitching wedge in these, and these are shafted up with some KBS C-taper lights in rainbow PVD. So yes, they kind of go from purple to blue to green to purple and all that, and it's still got the cool, like, you know, brushed finish on there, which is pretty awesome. So these are being played there, but this is kind of more of like a mid-launch shaft, a little bit firmer feel to it. But I've liked these shafts. I've hit them before in a handful of other clubs, and they look really, really cool in the rainbow PVD. So yeah, this will be the iron set 5 through pitch. Then move into wedges, and wedges are going to be yet again another thing that came out of my wild build series, and they're going to be the JP Premier wedges. So these are pretty awesome wedges in their own self. They're basically multi-piece, so they've got this like forged body on them, and then they have this kind of, I believe it's a titanium backplate that covers internally some tungsten weighting and all that to make these things, you know, the CG perfect and all that. But very cool design. You can kind of see they've got this like, kind of like, I don't call it brushed, but it's got this like kind of scratched away surface on there. I mean, the big thing about JP, this cambered sole, so the sole's got just an absolute ton of camber on it. For softer conditions, steeper players, they perform really well. They don't dig at all. So I'm going to go 50, 56, 60, all mid-bounce. But these things look awesome. So the 50 is right there in terms of this kind of this platinum titanium back. The 56 has got this like all jet black look with some like, you know, blue and yellow, you know, accents to it. There's your kind of white BB&F ferrule. These ones all have weird different ferrules as well. And then the 60 degree is going to be kind of this bluish type finish there. But these things are awesome. I was funny. I read somewhere that somebody was like, oh, they don't feel very good or whatever. Dude, I've loved them. I think they're extremely soft. They spin well, and yeah, excuse me, there's no digging whatsoever on these things. When you get them into the turf, they come right out. Very shallow divots, but great control. They've kind of got some beveling on there in the leading of the trailing edge out in the heel and the toe, so you can still open them up. Play great out of the bunkers. I mean, you name it. They're great performing wedges for what they are, and they feel and sound awesome. I would put these up against some of the other softer forged wedges out there, and I think they hang right with them. So they are definitely expensive, but they definitely feel amazing. They've got some pretty cool tech built into them. And as wild as they look here, like when you set them down, they just look like a traditional wedge. Like nothing too crazy. Very rounded toe, but really traditional looking from a dress. So all three, 50, 56, 60, all in mid-bounce. You can tell by the 2 rings on the hosel. And then all 3 of these are shafted up with VA Composites Synyster 120 shafts. So these are kind of their latest version of the Synyster and a little heavier weight. And these are built there. They're really good. They're kind of more of like a mid-low launch or a little bit flatter launch. They work great in wedges. These are just 120 stiffs. And then like the 60 I tipped a little less. I kind of like progressively like backwards progressively tip the shaft. So this is only tipped like a ½ inch less, or, 1 inch less, and the 56 was about a ½ inch less, and then the 50 was like standard. So they played really, really well. So I like softening up that 60 just a touch because I don't play a ton of full shots with it. So great wedge set there. Really, really smooth. Great feel to them. I've been impressed with these ever since I built them. So they've been really, really good. And then for putter, we're going to go with the SeeMore Mini Giant HTX. So this is kind of the, I wouldn't say the most brand new putter from SeeMore, but one of their newer models. Love the kind of RST on it, of course, where you use the shaft to hide the red line on it, and then it's lined up. Most of these models, SeeMore models, when I look at that, it always looks closed to me. Like I always look like the face always looks like 2 degrees shut. This one, and I think it's the MTX, those are the only two that so far I've looked at that look dead square when it's in the right position. So this head's super stable, really good feel to it, soft. The milling on it is fantastic. All the different milling lines and all that. I mean, it just looks awesome. These guys do some really, really good machine work there, all milled in Franklin, Tennessee. So milled in the US, very, very cool design. Love it. This one here's got a Garson Quad Tour on it. That's a SeeMore brand. It's slick in a sense, but it's kind of tacky. It's definitely got that tackiness to it, and it's got that kind of quad shape to it, which I think fits in the hands fairly well. So I like this putter a lot. I think I got this at the end of last year, or end of the summer last year, and I've used it a decent amount. Good feel to it. It's soft. I believe this head's aluminum with all these kind of brass weights to get the MOI up. So really soft feel to it. Really soft, kind of muted sound, but overall just a really, really solid putter here. So that will be the putter for what's in the bag. And then, that'll be what's in the bag. So that is what I'm going to use to get out and play. I don't know exactly when this weekend, but I'm going to try my darndest to get out and play because I just want to play. I've been playing a little bit on these trips, but I haven't played at home in a while, so I want to get out there and get a few rounds in. So that's what's in the bag for men's kind of league night, week 24. But hopefully, I'll be back next week and let you know how things went and what the next bag will be. It'll be definitely a media trip. I don't know if I'm bringing a bag. It's kind of interesting the way that'll be set up, but we'll see. So I'll talk to you guys next week. We'll see you.